Good morning, everyone. I am Himanshi. I'm your mediator today. I request you to introduce
Good
yourself,
morning, ma'am.
stating your part in this mediation process. So, let me tell you first about me. I have an experience in matrimonial matters, and you guys can rely on this mediation process. And I hope that we can
Yeah,
reach an amicable solution. So, are you guys comfortable with English language?
Yes,
yeah, ma'am.
ma'am. No
Absolutely, it's
problem with
fine.
that.
So, you can introduce yourself one by one.
Okay. It's a pleasure, ma'am. Ma'am, myself Arjun, and I'm a sales operative in my area in a
Mr.
commission.
Arjun,
And in this particular,
can you be a bit louder?
yeah, ma'am. Yeah. Ma'am, myself Arjun, and I'm a sales operative in a commission, and I'm the first party in this particular case. This is a divorce petition filed by my wife, Miss Sarah, and I'm husband in this particular matrimonial case. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So you can proceed now.
Hi, ma'am. Uh, my name is Sarah, and
Hi,
I am the
Sarah.
wife of Mr. Arjun. Um, and I was working at a fast food restaurants before I got married. And I right now I have a twins baby, and I am staying right now with my parents. That's all from my side. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. So I must tell you about an introduction, which is regarding to mediation. So mediation is an informal, voluntary, and totally confidential process where any information shared by the parties, neither recorded or shared in any court. All right?
Yeah, ma'am.
Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I got,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
got
So
that.
it also facilitates to reach an amicable solution, and it will also help that in that way that how to resolve the problem. All right. So
Yeah, ma'am.
there are some ground rules that is having in mediation process, and the first one is joint session in which that you have to present your side. The second one is private meeting or a caucus in which you share your confidential information. All right. And the third one is to set agendas in which all the problems that will be stated there. All right.
Yes,
Any
ma'am.
question regarding these?
No problem, ma'am.
All right.
No, ma'am.
And
It's fine.
after that, it also serves as neutral facilitator and assist in generation of clarification of options, and then summarizes, restates, and priority issues, and also evaluates options and possible consequences and identifies areas of mutual consent. Is it okay?
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am. No
I have one
problem.
question.
Okay.
I have one question, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, it is a kind of a judicial thing, like it will all be recorded in the judiciary, in the litigation case which is going on in the court right now, and it is a separate process. Everything should be
Mr. Arjun, it will
uh, exactly confidential in this case.
no, Arjun, Mr. Arjun, it will definitely be a confidential process and it won't be shared to anyone, and neither be recorded or shared in any court, right? All right.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you.
It is not a
Thank you, ma'am.
formal
Yeah,
process.
ma'am.
It is absolutely an informal process. Okay.
Okay,
And
ma'am.
it will
Okay.
also
I got
take
it.
less
Ma'am.
time and is much more efficient than judiciary proceedings. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, ma'am.
Is it clear?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am. All right.
So now
Clear.
everything is clear. We can join the joint session and request you to behave properly and should not use any abusive language. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now we can proceed. So, Miss Sarah, you had already filed for divorce. I would like you to go first and share us with your views regarding your case.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. Let me give a brief what we had in the past many years. And both me and Arjun, we are classmates and we are in the same school. And after making friends for a few months, I should say a year, we have affection for one another.
Miss
And
Sarah, you're not that much audible. Can you speak louder?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So after we fall in love, after making friends for a few months, we
Yeah.
decided to get married under the Hindu law. And we got married. And
Excuse me, ma'am.
after the
Excuse
after
me,
the
ma'am.
marriage, after the marriage,
Mr. Arjun,
he
please let her complete.
after the marriage he
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
promised everything to me that he would provide food, clothes, everything for the family. But after getting married, it's just the opposite. So before I was working in the fast food restaurant. Uh, but after getting married and with the assurance given by my husband, I quit my job. And after a few months of getting married, I got pregnant. And by God's grace, we have a twins right now. And even after getting married, her true colors is changing because she hardly turned up to my. He hardly turned up and inquire about the family status. Instead, he always told me that he always busy, busy, busy. So he don't have much time for the family, and because of that, I face a lot of problem because I have to take care of my kids and for myself. So I have no other options. So I have to file a divorce petitions against him. And right now, I'm staying with my parents. So these are the few information that I want to share with you. Thank you, ma'am. That's all I have right now.
All right, all right. So, Mr. Arjun, you can say now.
What I can say, ma'am, what can I say? Uh, I am earning for my family. Nobody wants that his family suffers from
Oh, no, no, no,
anything
no.
else
You
less than a
you
Please,
never
Miss
give
Sarah,
money
let
for
him
us.
modern
complete,
lifestyle.
You
please.
never give us. You never give us. You
Please,
know.
Miss Sarah, let
When
him
when
complete
was the
his
last time? When
statement.
was the last time you visited us? Tell me. When was the
Miss
last time?
Sarah,
Miss Sarah, please. I request you, please. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Sorry,
Continue,
ma'am.
Mr.
Sorry, ma'am.
Arjun.
it doesn't matter. I thought it doesn't matter which is the last time. I got busy in my work. I earn for my family, for my wife, for my daughters, for the betterment of their future, so that they will get good facilities for their future lifestyle. I earn for that, and for that, if I am not able to came at my home, I don't think it's a priority. But even in that case, I'm also trying my best to came at my home on time whenever I'm getting free. So these allegations are completely false, and I don't agree with any of the allegations which Miss Sarah has put on me in this particular case. I don't agree with the allegations in Miss Mediator, sorry, Mediator, in this case. Thank you.
You can call me
Thank you, ma'am.
Himanshi. Yeah. Okay. So,
Okay,
Miss
ma'am.
Sarah,
Thank you, ma'am.
he has said that he's having a lot of work pressure, and because of that, you may feel that he's disheartened you, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if you both want, then we can proceed to a private session.
Okay. No problem, ma'am.
Okay. So, Miss Sarah, we can go first with you, and Mr. Arjun, we
Yes,
will
ma'am.
come later on to you. All right?
All right, ma'am. There is something not good in my network side, so my meeting is just got over. Sorry for that, ma'am. I'm joining it in this meeting again. I'm
Okay.
joining in this
Oh,
meeting
all right.
again.
All right.
Sorry for
So,
that, ma'am.
Miss Sarah,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Arjun, you can leave.
There's a private. Okay, ma'am.
Because it's a private session.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. I'm leaving, ma'am.
All right. So, Miss Sarah, we are currently in a
Yes,
private
ma'am.
session. All right. and
Yes,
everything
ma'am.
you say will be confidentially over here. And what was that you would like to share regarding this matter?
Regarding on this matter, ma'am, soon after we got married, I have a lot of confidence on him, on the condition that he will provide everything for the family. Because of that, I quit my job, and I have no resources right now. And most of the time, I depend on my husband. Uh, but the way he said before and after marriage is quite different because he hardly come home. And if we have time, if we don't have time, at least try to visit on the weekend. That's what I want to say. But he didn't do that. Instead, he always said that he always busy, busy all the time. So I have no other option, ma'am, to as I have no resources available right now to look after my kids. So the best possible way for me is to get a divorce with him so that I have to move on with my life. The decision that I make this uh, divorce is that I believe, because I believe that the twins that I have right now will have a bright future, and I don't want my kids to know that my dad is such a liar. He's not an untrustworthy person, and because of that, before the kids grow up and affect their family life, as I have lived right now, I want to divorce at this moment so that I can move on with my life. That's what I want to say.
All right. So, Miss Sarah, litigating the matter will not take you anywhere. All right. And
Yes, ma'am.
outcome is always unknown. And what I can suggest you that you just put your demands in front of him and see what will be the outcomes. And I would like to ask you about the marriage and what is your take on this? And would you like to reconciliate on your marriage?
With respected ma'am, regarding to the marriage, I have made my own decision that I won't move back and I won't turn back to him anymore. So the road ahead for me is to get divorced with him, and I would like to live my own life. That's the only decision that I have to
You're
take
not
right now.
much audible,
So
Miss Sarah. Speak a little
can you
more,
hear me,
bit
ma'am?
louder. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So right now, the only decision that I have with me is to get divorced with him because that is the only way that I can move forward with my life. So my stand is very clear and I wouldn't hold back my decisions. Divorce is the only option. That's what I want to say. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. I can see you have already made up your mind, right? Since you don't
Yes,
wish
yes, ma'am.
to reconcile and you have other concerns as well, secondly, would you
Mm.
like to demand him or expect him?
Uh, no, I don't think so.
So don't you wish to reconcile and you have
No, no,
concern
no.
regarding maintenance and custody of your daughters?
Regarding on this, ma'am, I have a few thoughts.
Regarding
As a
maintenance
parent
and custody of
or
your
as
daughters, you have concerns over them, right?
oh yeah. So regarding on that, a children or a kids need parents, right?
Yeah.
So among the parents, mom is the most important thing for the kids. So regarding my husband, he always busy, busy all the time. So I'm afraid that if the kids are with him, there's a better chance to spoil the career as well. So the best possible way is to keep with the kids with me so that I will nurture it and I will treat it and I will give my best possible way I can to my kids. So regarding the maintenance, since he's a father and he's earning and still still unemployed. So I want him to provide some resources for us so that we can able to sustain our daily activities as well. Yes, thank you, ma'am. That's all I have.
All right. Now we will do a private session with Mr. Arjun. You may leave, Miss Sarah.
Okay, okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Arjun, am I audible?
Yeah, absolutely fine.
Great.
You are audible.
So please share what would you like to share?
Ma'am, I want to share that my wife is not in a proper condition. Well, I felt that she's always taunting me at my home that you are not earning too much, you are not doing this, you are not doing that. When we are married in our school time, after our school, after our high school, we thought that I thought that she loved me too much. We felt in love with each other, and then we are married. And I thought that we will, whether we are living in poor in a poor manner or in a richer manner, she's always with me, she live with me always, she is always kept supporting me. But now, as she has filed for a divorce petition, I didn't trust him anymore, and she always treat me to go to his maternal home if I will not fulfill the needs of my family as per his choice. And she looks like in a greedy manner on my assets which my father gave to me. So I don't think that it will be a good manner to live with this kind of a person. And I would like to have divorce by mutual consent if possible.
All right.
As she
So,
has already filed, I want to continue this thing, and I want divorce by mutual consent. Thank you, ma'am. That's all I
all
want to say.
right. So, Mr. Arjun, as I can see that you also want a divorce, right? So,
Yeah, ma'am.
but just the taunting behavior
One
or
more
a
thing,
bad
ma'am.
behavior.
Sorry, ma'am. One more thing I want to say.
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am, I want divorce by mutual consent because she doesn't love me anymore and she is not trustworthy anymore. But I want custody of my children if it is possible, ma'am. If it is possible.
All
Thank
right,
you, ma'am.
all right. So, what I was telling you that just taunting behavior and all is not the sufficient reason not to work on this marriage, right? Is there anything that you would like to share? Because you can share with me anything because this is a private session and it won't be shared to anybody. It will remain with us only.
Okay, as it is a private session, ma'am, and you say that it is purely confidential. So I would like to say some things about my private life, ma'am. As Miss Sarah, my wife, always tries to be a good mother, but she never tries to be a good wife. He always taunts me about these things that you can't do. You are not earning too much. You are not doing this thing. You are not doing that thing, and she always wants me. So I just want to confess that I like someone in my office. Miss Kukreja is her name, and I like her because uh, the the thing which I want from my wife, the I like Miss Kukreja very much better than my wife. So I just want to share this thing with your wife. But I also want to say that I won't accept this thing in the court if you if it will be mentioned in the code. Thank you, ma'am. That's all I want to say.
Okay, I'm really thankful for sharing this information and helping me to clear the image. All right.
My pleasure, ma'am.
Yeah.
You gave me that opportunity. Yeah.
So, Mr. Arjun, I must tell you that your information will be safe with me, but if somehow it will come in the code from some other sources, then I don't think that will be devastating for your case. Uh, and therefore, best alternating will be like to mediate upon this with your wife, and we can also have an option of divorce if you don't want this marriage. All right, is it okay?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am, I'll agree with the divorce by mutual consent
Mr.
in
Arjun, you're
past
not
tense.
audible.
But as
Can you
I
speak louder?
okay,
Yeah.
ma'am, I'm saying that I completely agree with this that I want divorce by mutual consent as she has already
File for it. Yeah.
filed a so I just want to continue with it and file for the divorce petition. I just want to have divorce by mutual consent, and I want custody of my children as well. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. I'll tell you once again that if I'm not like, obviously, I'm not going to disclose your confidential information. Somehow, if it discloses, then it will be devastating for your case. So, best thing is to mediate upon this with your wife and resolve this matter. Okay? Will you?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. I will mediate on the following terms with my wife, as
All
per your
right,
saying.
all right.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, I can see you don't want this marriage, right? And she already demanding for her maintenance. So, what would you like to say regarding that?
Actually, ma'am, I want this marriage, but as she has put it on the first step to get out of this marriage, she's a trustworthy
Mr.
person
Arjun, can
earlier
you
before
speak a little bit
we don't have
louder?
any child. But right now, yeah, ma'am, I'm saying
Yeah.
that, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am, I'm saying that. I want this marriage, but as she
Okay.
has stepped out in first for this divorce petition, so I don't feel that now she is a trustworthy person, and I also want to go with her with her step. I want divorce by mutual consent now. I don't want to live with her anymore. I want to get separate out with from
Mr.
her.
Arjun, your
Thank you, ma'am.
video has been stopped. Can you check what has happened?
No, ma'am. It is working, ma'am. On my phone, it is working.
But you're not moving in my screen.
It- I don't know, ma'am, what just has happened. Maybe there is some a network issue, ma'am, but I'm completely able to see my video on my screen, ma'am. Is it working now, ma'am? Is it working now?
Uh, I think I suggest that please don't move your phone. Just sit somewhere and just,
Now, ma'am, now. Now.
yeah, yeah. Just don't move. All right. So,
Okay.
yeah, you were telling me about your maintenance.
Uh, what, ma'am? But I didn't get you, ma'am. What you are saying?
You were okay. I'm repeating again that you don't want this marriage, and she already demanding for her maintenance. So, what would you like to say regarding that?
Ma'am, as per talks on the maintenance, I won't be able to provide him maintenance on monthly basis. I don't have that amount of salary regularly, but sorry, on regular months. But I would like to give him a lump sum amount of money in the form of alimony if he
Lump sum
wants to accept.
alimony. Okay, yeah.
Alongside with the alongside with it, I would like to bear the expenses of my daughter's marriages and education expenses also. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so you are saying that you don't wish to pay in monthly maintenance, right? And
Yes, ma'am.
like to pay in a lump sum alimony. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, yeah. Fine.
Is there anything else that you want to share, Mr. Arjun? Otherwise, we can proceed to a joint session with Miss Sarah.
Right now, ma'am, I got this information only, ma'am. It's okay for my from my side, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Okay. So now
Yeah, ma'am.
Miss Sarah can join us in our joint session. Miss Sarah, are we audible to you?
Yes, hi, ma'am. I'm good.
Welcome back, Miss Sarah.
Yes, ma'am.
So, am I audible to you both?
Yes, ma'am. I can
Yeah,
hear
ma'am.
you clearly.
You are audible.
All
You
right.
are completely audible.
So, as I can understand that we have these primary issues that you have told me in your private sessions or in joint sessions, and I will tell you one by one and let me know if you agree on this. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
So, first one is whether reconciliation is possible. If not, divorce by mutual consent. Then second one will be custody of your daughters. Then third one is maintenance. And the last one is assets distribution. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
So have a look on
Right, ma'am.
agendas. If you agree, then we will proceed. All right. So the first issue is
All right, ma'am.
regarding whether reconciliation is possible. If not, by mutual, if not, divorce by mutual consent. So I would like Miss Sarah to say on this.
Ma'am, regarding on the first part, I think divorce is the only option left right now. So I agree with the divorce to proceed on. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So, Mr. Arjun, she has already filed for the divorce, as you already know. So, you should reply to her what you wish to regarding this.
Ma'am, I just want to say that if she is comfortable to came back and she would try to reconcile our marriage, then I would welcome her. It's not a problem for me. I would probably welcome her. But if she doesn't want to reconcile our marriage, then it's her choice. I would like to go with the divorce by mutual
Divorce.
consent.
All right. All
It's
right.
all from
Okay.
my side. Thank you.
Okay. If you both agree on this, then we can settle this by mutual consent. All right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
Okay.
ma'am.
All right. Okay.
Absolutely, it's fine.
Okay. So the next issue is custody of your daughters. Get it?
Yeah, ma'am.
So, since Miss
Ma'am,
Sarah
ma'am, I
already,
would like to have custody of my daughters. I would like
let
to
me
have
complete this,
custody of my
Mr.
daughters.
Arjun. Please let me complete this.
Yeah,
So,
ma'am.
since Miss Sarah already is taking care of your daughter alone, so tell me, do you want to share your custody to Mr. Arjun, Miss Sarah?
Because regarding on this, as I have said with the position as well,
Huh?
uh, kids needs mom to look after the
Yeah,
day-to-day activities.
absolutely.
So I'm not up to the idea of giving one kids with me, the other kids to the other places. So
Hmm.
the best solution is that the kids should be with me, so that I will nurture it and I will give my best effort to become a best person in their life. So the kids should be with me, I guess so. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Now you can proceed, Mr. Arjun.
Ma'am, as per my prudent thinking, as a prudent person, I also observe that the mother is the most appropriate person for the child for the betterment of their future. So I completely
Miss
agree
Sarah,
on this with
sorry, Miss
Miss.
Arjun, you're not audible. Can you speak louder?
Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm just saying that, ma'am. Uh, I completely agree on these words with Miss Sarah, my wife, that a mother is an appropriate, the best person for the betterment of the future of the child. So uh, I completely agree with that. That my child will grow in the shadow of their mother, Miss Sarah. But I just want to have visiting rights on me for my child, so that I would visit them on my weekends whenever I get time. I will visit my child. Thank you.
All
That's all
right.
from my side.
All right. All right. Uh,
Yeah.
So, Miss Sarah, you don't want to share the custody of daughters, but you can also provide him with visitation rights so that he can also have access to his daughters. Is it?
Mm, yes, I have no problem with that. Yeah.
So, Mr. Arjun, please let us know about the days that you are free. That on what days you are free and want to visit your
Ma'am, as I
daughters.
have mentioned earlier, on the weekends, ma'am, on the weekends days, Saturday and Sundays, I want to visit my daughters. Also, if I get some time, some holidays in between the normal days, I would like to have permission from Miss Sarah so that I would visit my children as on those days also. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So, Miss Shivangi, he's saying that he's free on weekends. So, is it agreeable to you?
Ma'am, sorry,
Yes,
ma'am,
no problem with it.
she's not Miss Shivani. She's Miss Sarah, ma'am.
Sorry,
Miss
sorry.
Sarah.
My bad. Miss Sarah, he's free
Yes,
on.
no problem. It's okay.
It's my bad. Miss Sarah, he's free on Sunday, weekends, right? Weekends. So, can you let him to do that to visit your
No
daughters?
problem with me. Yes, no problem with me. He can visit anytime he want if he got free time.
All right, all right. So that's good.
Thank you in regard with this, Sarah. Thank you very much. Thank you,
So
Sarah.
next issue is that um, next the third issue is regarding maintenance. All right. So Mr. Arjun, tell us about the maintenance that you want to give to Miss Sarah.
As per the maintenance, I would
Hmm.
like to give a lump sum amount of money in a
Hmm.
single shot to my wife, Miss Sarah, and not to for Miss Sarah as well as for my child. I will give a lump sum amount of money as well as alongside with it. I would like to spend the educational as well as health expenditures of my child for the future. As also, I would like to consider that I would like to bear the marriage expenses of my daughter in the future as well. Uh, that's all
All
I
right.
can
And you
give.
were also
Thank
talking
you.
about some trust fund, right, Mr. Arjun?
Yeah, yeah.
What was that?
Ma'am, it is mentioned in her case. Ma'am, Miss Sarah has a trust in her favor from his grandmother. She is willing to getting around 2,000 rupees after she's got an
Per
age of
month.
30 years.
Yeah, per month, right.
Per month. She is getting 2,000 rupees after an age of 30. So I don't think that a very large lump sum amount of money is suitable to give to Miss Sarah, ma'am, in this
Okay,
particular
okay, all
mediation
right, all right. So,
matter.
Miss Sarah, what trust is he talking about? Can you tell
This
us?
trust is okay, okay. Yes, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, yeah, you're audible.
So yeah, this trust is given by my grandmother
Hmm.
as a security for me. The amount is rupees 2,000 per month that I will get, but only after I reach 30 years of age. So
Okay.
I think that is the trust that Mr. Ali is talking about.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay, so Mr. Arjun, she's saying that she will get that trust after 4 years. And what would you like to reply on this?
Then after 4 years, she will starting to getting an amount of 2,000 per month from her grandmother's trust. But right now, she has also got some savings since she was doing a job before the born of her twin daughter. She is doing job and she has a good amount of money in his savings account. So I don't think that I have to give a lot of money to her for her maintenance and
All right.
as
Okay,
well
Mr.
as
Arjun.
his child.
Okay, Mr. Arjun. So, Miss Sarah, he's saying that he's willing to pay in lump sum amount. and not in monthly maintenance, like, is that agreeable to you? Then what will be accepted from
Okay,
him? Like,
no
how much
problem with that, ma'am. I'm
alimony do
agreed
you
to that.
want is accepted
Uh,
to you?
if we look all the expenditure and all
Yeah.
stuff, minimum I need at least 15 lakhs as a maintenance for my family.
Uh, Mr. Arjun, can you please not move?
Ma'am, I would like to go on, Mr. Sorry, 15 lakh rupees is a quite a big amount, ma'am. And as I have already mentioned earlier that I am already paying for the medical, sorry, health as well as educational expenses of my daughters, as well as I have already mentioned that I am also paying to bear the expenditures of the marriage of my daughters. So I don't think that it is good to demand such a huge amount of money from a father
Can you speak a
who
little
is
bit
willing to
louder?
pay a good amount. Yeah, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're
Ma'am,
audible.
I'm saying that, ma'am, a good amount of money I'm already spending on my daughters in the form of medical expenses as well as in the form of educational expenses. So I don't think that there is any need of getting too much money from my side. She is demanding 15 lakhs, which is a huge amount of money. I don't think this is really good, and I don't able to give too much this much amount of money to her. Sorry, ma'am. That's all
Okay,
from my
okay.
side. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So, Ms. Shivangi, he's saying that 15 lakh is not feasible um, for him to pay, right? So, is there any alternative that you will suggest?
Uh, if if Mr. Arjun could not pay the exact amount which I demanded, then the amount will be around 7.5. Is it okay with him? Then I'm fine with it.
Mr. Arjun,
If he is okay with 7.5 lakhs,
all right, all
I'm
right.
okay
So,
with that.
okay. So, Mr. Arjun, she's saying that if you are willing to pay that, like 7.5 lakh, right, Miss Sara?
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
not
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
7.5 lakhs. I will
Seven five.
I will pay 5 lakh rupees plus the medical expenses plus the educational expenses plus the marriage expenses of my daughters as well.
Of the
Thank you.
daughters. Okay, okay,
5
okay.
lakh rupees
So,
I will give
Mr.
as
Okay,
an
okay, okay.
alimony.
So, Miss Sara, he's saying that he's only able to pay 5 lakh rupees. Is it agreeable to you? With along with educational and education, health, and marriage of your daughters, with all expenses.
Okay, fine. No problem. Okay.
Okay, so I must ask to both of you: is there any outstanding bills that you guys are having? Are there any
Uh,
Not from my
outstanding
side.
bills that you guys are having?
No,
yeah, we have some
not from
outstanding
my
bill,
side.
Yeah,
which
tell Miss Sara. Yeah, yeah.
uh, yeah, we have some outstanding bill that needs to be paid. So I think all the outstanding bills and others, child support equipment and all stuff has to be borne by the Mr. Arjun, including with the 5 lakhs rupees.
Okay, okay, okay. So, Mr. Arjun, what is your point on this?
Ma'am, if there is any uh, lift bill of exchanges, I will pay for that. I will pay those bills which are pending. If it is a hospital bill or whatever the kind of bill is that, I will pay that bill from my side only. Thank you.
Okay, so you guys, so Miss Sara, he's saying that he will pay all the outstanding bills, right? That is left, that all are left, including
Yes,
alimony with 5 lakh rupees,
yes,
education,
ma'am.
health,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
marriage expenses. So, is it agreeable to you?
Yes, ma'am. No problem with that. I'm agree to that.
Okay, so we can proceed now to the next issue, that is
Yes, ma'am.
assets distribution. All right. So, Mr. Arjun, please reply on this issue.
Regarding what, ma'am?
Assets distribution. That she's demanding for
There is
80%,
a
80% assets that your father has left for you, right? So please reply
ma'am, there is no
to
such.
that.
Yeah, I'm replying, ma'am. Ma'am, there is no such thing like assets. My father has just left one car, one house, and some. I also have some gold ornaments from my mother's side, but it is only for me. Uh, but as those are my daughters, my beloved daughters, so I would like to spend the gold ornaments for them for their betterment of their future. So I would like to give my gold ornaments to my daughter's side, but not to Miss Sarah. Only for my daughters only.
All
So I
right.
would like to request you to please consider a way so that these gold ornaments will only go to my daughters only, not to my wife's side.
Okay,
Thank
okay,
you.
okay, okay. I got you. So, Miss Sarah, Mr. Arjun is saying that all he received is the assets from his father, like a car and a resident in which he's residing right now, and some gold ornaments, which he received from his mother, and he wants to distribute to the daughters. Is it agreeable to you, Miss Sarah?
Mm, yes, for my daughters, right?
Yeah, only to your
Okay.
daughters. Distribute to your
Okay.
daughters.
Okay. No problem. No problem. I'm agreed with
Okay,
it.
all right. So I may suggest that we can put the ornaments in the bank account in the name of your daughters,
Mm,
and can be withdrawn when the time comes. Is it agreeable?
yes, no problem with it, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. I also agree with that.
All right.
It's a good thing.
Regarding the assets distribution, that gold ornaments will be deposited in the bank in the name both both the daughters, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Done.
Okay. So regarding first issue, and you both agreed to have divorced mutual by mutual consent. So is that agreeable to both of you?
Yeah, ma'am.
All right. Okay. What about Mr. Arjun?
Sorry, ma'am. I just have a network issue. But you were saying,
I'll
ma'am,
repeat
I
it.
didn't get that.
I'll repeat it again for you. The first issue was
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
the reconciliation or divorce, right? So regarding this issue,
Yeah, ma'am.
and you both agree to have divorced by mutual consent. So is that agreeable to both of you?
Yeah, ma'am.
All right.
Yeah,
So
ma'am. I
the
agree with
second
that. I
issue
completely
was
agree.
the custody that is to be given to Miss Sarah with visitation rights to Mr. Arjun,
Yeah, ma'am.
right? Is it agreeable to
Yes,
both of
ma'am.
you?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay.
Completely agreeable.
All right.
Yeah, ma'am.
The third issue was that Mr. Arjun is willing to give 5 lakh rupees to Miss Sarah, lump sum alimony along with payment of outstanding bills, health, education, and marriage expenses of the daughters. That is all be paid by Mr. Arjun. Is that agreeable to both of you?
Yes, ma'am. No problem.
All right, all right.
Yeah, ma'am.
The fourth
Yeah, I
issue
agree
was
with
the.
that.
Sorry, Mr. Arjun. What do you want to say?
Nothing, ma'am. I don't want anything. It's okay from my side.
Okay, so the fourth issue was assets distribution. So Mr. Arjun is willing to give gold ornaments that will be deposited in the bank in the name of both the daughters. Is it okay with you, Miss Sarah?
Yeah, yeah, I'm agreed to that. No
Okay.
problem with it.
And what about Mr. Arjun?
Yeah, ma'am. I agree with that. Yeah, that is a good thing to put ornaments in a bank locker for my
All
side.
right. Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you. That's good.
Okay.
Mm.
Since everything is settled now, and we will head to our final settlement agreement. Once you both sign the agreement, then this mediation process will come to an end. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay to you,
All right,
Mr.
ma'am.
Arjun?
What, ma'am? What you have just said? Sorry.
I'm saying that since everything is settled now, we will head to our final settled agreement.
Yeah, ma'am.
And once you both sign that
Yeah,
agreement,
ma'am.
then this mediation process will come to an end. Is it okay to both of you?
Yeah, ma'am. It's okay. It's fine. Yeah, ma'am. We will
Okay.
sign the agreement now.
Okay.
It's fine for me.
All right. So I must tell you that this totally voluntarily process, and once you put your signature, then our settlement agreement will be done, and mediation will come to an successful end. Is that okay to you, to both of you?
Yeah, ma'am. It's completely fine. It's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
no
That
problem with that, ma'am.
All right. All right. So let's head to our final settlement. All right. Let me just rephrase everything that is mentioned in the agreement. All right.
भैया एक मिनट रोक देना अभी अभी क्लास चल रहा है हाँ
All right. Everyone.
yes ma'am.
yeah, ma'am.
Uh,
Yeah. All right.
okay. That the parties. It is agreed that the parties will take divorce by mutual consent, and Mrs. Shivangi will withdraw the earlier divorce petition from the court. It is agreed. Miss Shivangi, Miss Sara, I'm sorry, my bad. Miss Sara,
Yes ma'am.
is it
Yes.
I will repeat it for you. So
Yes ma'am.
it is agreed that the parties will take divorce by mutual consent, and Miss Sara will withdraw the earlier divorce petition from the court. Is it agreed?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. One is the parties agrees that Miss Sara shall have primary custody of both the daughters, subject to visitation rights to Abhimanyu, to Arjun. Is it agreed to Mr. Arjun?
Yeah, ma'am. Arjun, ma'am.
Okay. The next one is that the parties agrees.
Yeah, ma'am. It's fine.
Right. All right.
It's okay
Okay.
for
That
my
the
side.
parties agrees 5 lakh rupees lump sum alimony and payment of outstanding bills, educational, health, as well as marriage expenses on the both daughters to be paid by Mr. Arjun. Is it agreeable?
Yeah, no problem with that ma'am.
Okay. Then the next one is that Mr. Arjun shall
Yeah, ma'am.
deposit the gold
I agree
ornaments
with that.
in bank in the name of daughters for their future security. Is it fine to both of you?
Yeah, no problem ma'am. I agree to that.
All right. Next one is that no further demands in any manner shall be made by Miss Sara from Miss Arjun. Tell us, Miss Sara, is it agreeable to you?
Yes, I agreed with what you have written down just now.
Won't make any other demands from Mr. Arjun.
I don't have any other demand apart from the remaining point that you have made.
All right. So now it's an end to our mediation process. Now, I being the mediator would like to thank
Thank you, ma'am.
both of you
Thank you very
for your
much.
cooperation and being patient and listening to each other. Thank you so
Pleasure,
much.
ma'am. My pleasure.
Thank you ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.